rooms are if you have like 50 or 60 participants and you want to talk about different subjects, you can all break out into different rooms.
Okay. Oh. Oh, it is recording. Okay. Awesome. All right. Hi, everybody. Okay, so tonight I am going to go over Bathany Shipley's Diamond Workbook. I don't believe that this is available anymore. I can double check. It was a limited release because this is the first time that she's come out with it ever. But what it does is it breaks down everything that you need to do as a business builder to be successful in this business. And some of the things don't apply to people right away, but it's just kind of a great literal checkbox of things that you can do to make your business a great success. So every month it has a page that looks like this of a calendar, and then it has a bunch of checkbox things to do throughout the month. And it has goal setting at the beginning of the month and goal setting at the end of the month. Or I mean, I guess not goal setting, but results at the end of the month. And so things that it has you do is, this is something that I hadn't thought of before, but it makes a lot of sense, is it says, put it on the calendar. Classes for prospects, which we're all pretty good at, right? Your one-on-one classes or your make and takes or whatever you choose to do to get prospects. Classes for 0 PV members, so people that are not, that maybe have signed up and that haven't spent any money during the month. Classes for ER members, so people that are ordering regularly, and classes for leaders. So me personally, I've been really good at, classes for prospects and classes for leaders, but not so great at 0 PV classes and ER members classes, because that's just something that I didn't think about until now, until this planner came in my life. So that's awesome. Also, it has beginning of the month, middle of the month, and end of the month check boxes. And it says beginning of the month, announce Young Living monthly promos. And so that's what I usually do on our Facebook group, is I put the graphic there saying what you get at the different purchasing levels. And also I'm gathering a list of everyone's emails on my downline, so I'm going to start emailing them on the first of the month as well, because some people are not on Facebook or they don't check it regularly. And also if you know that you have people that are kind of live by their phone, then maybe give them a call or text them the graphic or just the promo levels, because I feel like that is kind of what determines my orders every month. I get really excited about what's free, and actually this month they kind of read my mind. I literally had like half of the stuff that they're giving for free in my ER cart already, so that's kind of cool. But then announce monthly team promos, which by the way, we are, if you haven't seen it, our team this month, October through December of 2017, we are doing a promo that's pretty awesome. It is, we're calling it the High Roller Society. And basically anyone that either gets on ER or is on ER and spends 100 PV is going to get a free mystery roller ball from me. So every month I'm going to choose what I want that mystery roller ball to be, and nobody knows it until they get it. So also what they're getting for that is you're spending 100 PV on ER. So Young Living is going to send them, this month it's cinnamon bark essential oil and, this roller ball from me. So that's kind of cool. They get 2 free oils just for 100 PV, which also if they sign up, that's 100 PV with their premium starter kit as well. So if they sign up, they're essentially getting 2 extra, like the rollerball that I send, and then the cinnamon bark. And then also there's a Ningxia Red challenge that our group is also doing. And so that with that, if they purchase Ningxia Red for each month, October, November, and December, every month they purchase that, they get an entry into a drawing to win a basket full of every single product that Young Living has that has Ningxia Wolfberry in it, which is pretty cool because there's a lot of stuff that they have. It's got a lot of supplements and Ningxia Wolfberry, dried Ningxia Wolfberries and Ningxia Red and all of the Ningxia Red products. So that's a pretty cool and valuable basket that might be good to have. So that is our promos for the month. And then create a post of top enroller graphics. So that's what I did today. I'm sorry for those of you that are on our team that have ranked in the past and I haven't recognized you on our page. You rock, and thank you for all of your hard work. But I will start being better about that. Thank you, Bathany Shipley, for kicking my butt about that. And then send rank gifts or congratulation cards. And so, like I said, some of these things, some of you that are just starting out and don't have maybe too many builders or people ranking under you yet, might not have, this might not apply, but eventually it will, right? And then the middle of the month is connect with prospects, add new members to your organizational system. So right now I'm keeping a spreadsheet of all of my members so that when I do mail outs, I can just print them automatically and I don't have to either write out or type out everybody's name every time. And connect with the 0 PV members, connect with ER members, and connect with leaders. And then the end of the month, find money missers. So that is like someone that has people under them but has not necessarily spent 100 PV to get all of their commissions. So that happened not on our team, but actually my enroller is not a business builder, and so she almost missed out last month on her check from what I'm doing, and or not me, sorry, our team is doing. Our OGB, she was going to miss her check because she spent like $92 as opposed to $100 on her ER. So she needed like $8. So by the way, if you ever make that mistake and you don't order 100 PV on your ER, you can order like a quick order of like $10 or whatever it is that you're missing and still get your check, but you won't get the same amount of commissions like from your unilevel and your rising star bonus and all of the other commissions. So try not to make that mistake if you are building. And then find leaders close to rank. If you're about to rank up, then text that leader or call that leader and just be like, do you know that you're however many dollars away or however much away from rank? And but that's something that I personally watch out for a lot, and it's the Oily Tools app really helps me with that, like in a huge way, because otherwise, I mean, let's be honest, I don't get on my computer that often and look at my virtual office that often, but Oily Tools is on my phone. So I'm looking at my phone like all the time. And then create team promos for next month. And I don't really know why she doesn't have schedule your classes for next month too, because I feel like you should do that like as early as possible. So the next page has friends who need oils, and you can make a list, and it has who do I want to enroll in October, and you make a list, and then what are their priorities this month. So you kind of get in their head and figured out what they're thinking about this month, and what education, information, or samples do I have to offer that would fit those priorities, and you make that list. And then it has check boxes that say engage, start the conversation, excite, talk about what they're excited about, invite, build your invitation around their excitement, and enroll as a member. I can tell you right now that never have I ever had this much success as by following this rule. So a lot of people that I have kind of thought, and even people that I didn't think would be interested, I've just started conversations on Facebook with them and just been like, hey, how are you doing? Whatever, just talking about nothing, whatever, their life in some way, shape, or form. And it just comes up like, oh, that's right. I remember that you sell oils or you use oils. And I didn't even mention oils, like not even a little bit. And they're like, oh, well, when is your next class? And so I just booked a class on Thursday for like 5 people that I haven't talked to in a while. And I started a conversation with, like I said, like nothing to do with anything oils. And they're like, oh, well, let me see more about what you're talking about. And I'm like, okay, that worked. Awesome. So then also on this page, it said create your targeted education prospects, event name, event date and time, event location, products needed for event. So it's like all encompassing. And then it does the kind of the same page for 0 PV members. It's the same deal. Name, what are they thinking about, what education or what can you send them? And then the same process for essential rewards members as well. And then it has a page for leaders that I want to rank up. Well, that's all of you. So I wrote everyone's name down and the goal rank. So if you're, whatever your next rank is, I wrote down. And how can I help? So if I don't know, let me know how I can help you. And then check boxes, whether they ranked or not. It also says, my greatest desire for the culture on my team is to be, and just something to think about, like what you want the culture of your team to look like. What training, leaders, or education can I find and implement to promote that culture? And date and time, in calendar, location, announce training, invite leaders, and then notes. And then it has daily tasks. So, and it has literally a checkbox for the tasks next to every single day of the month. So that's pretty cool to go back and kind of check yourself. And it has personal development, find new prospect, add to list, engage and contribute to prospects, ask to share products with the prospects, invite prospects to look at the opportunity, find a need, invite to education, follow up with prospects, educate and inspire existing members, answer questions from existing members, find missing ER and communicate it. And that's a huge one. So that happens actually more often than you might think, is that your ER is all set up and you just assume that it processes, and it doesn't for one reason or another. So that's actually very appreciated when I've ever caught that and told people about it, and or your new members, a huge thing to do is, first of all, of course, walk them through how to do their virtual office, because at first, unfortunately, it's not that user friendly. We all kind of figured it out, but I have had so many new members, even after I've walked them through how to order, think that they are changing their essential rewards order, and they actually do a quick order and it processes, and then like within the next however many days their ER order processes too, which that has never actually happened on my team, because I have, again, the Oily Tools app, and I chat and I catch it normally, but who's to say when my team gets bigger that that's not going to happen. So anyway, that is a huge thing to look for and catch as soon as you can. And you can always call in to Young Living for them and say, hey, can you put this on hold until we can get a hold of them, if you can't get a hold of them. So that's another thing is, if at all possible, the people that you enroll, try to keep their PIN number handy, because if you don't have it, they won't tell you anything on their account, and they won't let you put anything on hold. Okay, so answer, congratulate and celebrate new rankers. And then it gives you space for additional tasks, and optional extras is post and engage on personal and social media, which I attended a class from Hannah Cruz, who rocks at Facebook anyway, and I put those notes up there if you haven't seen them yet. Those are some awesome tips, which actually are already working. I posted something just today about my crazy morning and how oils helped with my crazy morning, and I had a bunch of people that didn't normally engage with me on other posts about oils engage and laugh and ask questions and stuff. So that tip really helped, to just kind of like post a funny picture of me using them, and then just say how I used them in everyday life, because a lot of people are like, well, I don't know how to use oils and essential oils. I don't need those, because I don't need them in my everyday life. Like, what do you even do with those? So you show them what you do with them, and you don't say, hey, contact me. You just say, this is how I used it, and then they ask questions, and it's great. Seems so simple. I don't know why I didn't think of that. And then comment and engage on prospects' social media. So the more that you comment and engage on their social media, the more that you're going to show up in their feed. That's magic. That's basic Facebook magic. It's pretty cool. Learn about a new product. So I really am trying to do that on a weekly basis now. And then mail a welcome letter or bag. So those will be coming out soon. There are pre-made books. There are several different ones of welcome books that are awesome, so you don't have to do all the work yourself, or even just if you don't have all of the materials and you don't have the resources to buy the welcome books. First of all, if you're on my team, they will get a welcome book from me. But second, if you don't, just write them a thank you note. Like, everybody loves personal, real, tangible, in their inbox mail. And I think everybody really appreciates that. Introspection, there's this other half of the page is what events, interactions, or epiphanies caused growth, trends, and to change, and why. What interactions, presentations, or conversations felt amazing, and why. That's kind of, I feel like, helping you find your niche in this business, because everybody needs to have like their own niche. What are interactions and presentations or conversations felt uncomfortable, and why? I think that's really helping you get out of your comfort zone, because I swear, like, I've grown by leaps and bounds every time I say yes to something that I'm uncomfortable with. And then I do it, and the more I do it, it just helps so much. Like even just giving 101 classes, like I actually really had a lot of fun giving my last 101 class. And I think that was the first one that I wasn't shaking out of my boots. So it can happen. And then the greatest strength of my mindset is, and it says circle 1, hunger, belief, enthusiasm, or consistency. How can I duplicate this strength in the coming month? The most obvious weakness in my mindset is hunger, belief, enthusiasm, consistency. And how can I intentionally strengthen this mindset in the coming month? So it's all about personal growth, right? Like if you're not growing, then your team's not growing, because no one's going to want to follow you if you're not a person that they want to follow, and you're not a person that is adding value to their life. And then it has this really cool chart of all kinds of stats. Like it has OGV, ER, percent overall, which is something that I didn't even think to look at, like 1 OGV, member percentage ER, like 1 PACE OGV, and then what, like 1 projected OGV, and then it goes like 1 through 6, because you need, I think it's 6 legs to get to Royal Crown Diamond, but it has that on a daily basis for the entire month. That you track, and I need to get on tracking that because we're already 2 days in. But it just, the overall purpose, this seems like a lot of work to track all of these things, but I really wish that I had done that since I started building, because some months your OGV goes down, but maybe you enrolled way more members than you normally do, or you can really see the facts on how you're building, and really know that you're still making progress and not get discouraged. Oh, hi, sweet girl. And then it has a task list with check boxes next to it, so that you can keep track, and then just a couple of notes pages, and it does that every single month. And so, like I said, literally it's a checkbox for every single little thing, and if you follow it, then apparently you get to diamond, because this is what Bathany Shipley did to make to diamond. And then it has a page that I posted a picture of previously, but I'm not sure how clear it was, but it says need a boost. These activities are a sure way to get some momentum, and it gives you all kinds of tips and tricks. I'll scan this and put it on, because it would take forever to read through this whole thing, but a couple of them are message a member of 1 leg, how grateful you are for them, start 100 conversations with a sincere compliment, just little things like that, that will kind of give you a boost when you need it. And then also I wanted to mention, I have a class this Thursday at 10:30 a.m. I'm going to do the whole thing live, Facebook Live. And so it will be available after, I get off. But if you guys wouldn't mind, if you are available at all, getting on there and just commenting here and there. You don't have to watch the whole thing. All of the 101 info, but anyway, it's there. It'll be there for a resource of just a simple 101 class, totally live, without doing the slides. So I'm trying that and see how it goes. I feel like
really like it.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a lot more interactive, and it's not just so impersonal of just posting slides and having people read. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure how many people can actually come to it, but
that's how we do all of our calls in the Red Sisterhood.
Yeah.
That way you can respond to people when they're asking you a question.